back with another movement hack for you, ways to get just some more movement in your day. So I'm reminded this time of year, I teach at Phoenix Community College, and there are a lot of students and faculty that ask me, what can I do when I'm like confined to seated, hunched over a desk stuff a lot. The reality is, this time of year, in that kind of situation, that there is a lot more time spent at a desk where you're sitting a lot. So I'm not anti-sitting. I am pro variations in your sitting position, or variations, that some things that you could do that get you a little bit of movement while you're sitting, and really just getting up every now and again. You can stand up for a little bit throughout your day, even if it's just you're sitting for an hour. You realize you've been sitting for an hour. Just stand up, let the hips know that they can do this versus this all day long. So just every now and again, just stand up. But for those long kind of like marathon sessions where you do find yourself sitting a lot, if you do nothing else, I'm going to give you a few things that you can do to kind of remind the shoulders that they could do something besides gravitate forward. So when we're sitting a lot, we tend to kind of fall back onto the tailbone and round through the spine. Now your spine has the ability to round and arch and to bend and to rotate, and so all those motions are fine. Again, we're just looking for variation. So if you find yourself like stuck here a lot, do something different. So get up on top of the sit bones, perhaps, just kind of, that puts already some length in your spine. And then take a moment to do, I'm just going to show you a few things. So I'm going to start with shoulder rolls, and I'll give you my side view. So I just bring the shoulder blades back towards each other, and then while they're back, bring them up, and then forward and down. So back, up, forward, and down. And I'm doing it in this kind of big chunky fashion. I do several of those first, and I'm going to do the other direction, show you the other direction, and then I do a nice fluid movement. So I'll show you the kind of details of the other direction as well. So we'll bring the shoulders forward, then up, back, and keep them back as you slide them down. And that's like kind of the harder thing, is to keep them back and down, versus when we kind of bring them back, they tend to want to just come forward again as we're bringing them down. So remind them to stay back and down. So again, forward, up, back, and down. And then once you've done kind of that pieced out, it's just getting like going through as much of the ranges of motion that your shoulder is capable of. Then you can do just kind of a nice fluid, flowy motion of the shoulders. So then you can go, I like to start reverse first, and then where you kind of end up with them open. So I go for the reverse, squeezing back, up, forward, and down. So just kind of then taking it from that pieced out movement and just making them nice big fluid circles. The other way, forward, up, back, and down. Okay, something that you're watching for here that I more than likely did, because I can tend to get really tight up here, is when the shoulders are going back, the head comes forward. So you try your best to just kind of slide the chin back so that the head stays over the rib cage and that the rib cage stays over the pelvis. So another thing too, when the shoulders are tight, the rib cage tends to come way forward, and then it's just more about like a spinal like kind of hinge right in the middle of the back versus actually a shoulder movement. See, those are two different things. So my shoulders coming back, and the shoulders coming back with the aid of the chest coming forward, right? So do a bunch of shoulder rolls, again, like the really kind of specific, going through those big ranges, and then just nice kind of fluid movements. And then simply just like turning your head from side to side, right? So your head tends to come forward quite a bit when you're working at a computer, any kind of screen, or you're looking down and forward. So just kind of slide the chin back, like you're just kind of trying to find a headrest behind you, with not the chin up, but the chin back. And then you're going to drop the ear to the shoulder, back up, drop the ear to the other shoulder, back up. So you can maybe inhale as you go over to the side, exhale as you come up to center, and inhale over to the other side. Exhale as you come back up to center, and then turning the head. So you turn your head to one direction, back to center, and into the other direction, and back to center. And then you can add the whole upper body rotating. So then the head rotates to one side, let the shoulder come back, and then let that rib cage come back. So kind of just look and see everything along the way and what's behind you. And then come back to center, and then over to the other side, and then that shoulder comes back, that rib cage rotates back, and then forward. Okay, so those are some options, and you can do all of these at one time, or you can like kind of break them up into pieces throughout your day, or both. Something else kind of nice to do is simply just get your arms up overhead. So I like to do just kind of a nice fluid movement here. So kind of bring the arm to the side, and then bring the arm up and back down. And I tend to keep my hands up around my collarbone, so I can encourage the collarbone to kind of stay down as the arm comes up and back down. So it wouldn't be a movement hack if one of my furry friends wasn't in it. So just kind of slowly coming up and then back down. Other side. So just the collarbone stays open and down versus like being hoisted up from the shoulder, right? Just kind of find a movement that allows you to keep distance between your ears and your shoulders. So up slowly and down slowly. Just finding just fluid, soft motion to this. Oh. Then you can bring both arms up overhead. You can interlace the fingers up overhead. And just kind of bend over to one side. I think you intuitively do this anyway, right? I see you guys doing this. You see people sitting or getting out of a car, and just like instinctively we do this. We get up and we just kind of stretch. That's your body's way. It's your body's natural intelligence telling you like, hey, we need something else besides this or this constantly. So anyway, just think outside the box. You don't even have to do that. Just like move it. Just kind of explore like just movement while you're sitting. Nothing says that you have to stay glued in that position. You can take 10 seconds and just do something else. All right, let me know if you have any questions, and let me know how it goes.